Beach FM kick-off sports breakfast show with HMC Kapiti, your local authorised Kia and Suzuki sales and service agent, and now your local AA Auto Centre. At HMC Kapiti, the journey just gets easier. Find out how easy online at hmckapiti.co.nz.
Welcome back to the Kick-Off Sports Breakfast Show on Beach FM 106.3. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it after 7 weeks, one semi-final. We have made it to the grand final of the Ramsbotham Cup in Bilmuir for the Horowhenua Kapiti Rugby Union. Let's welcome back to the show to talk all about it, our good friend Cam Prouting. G'day, Cam.
Morning, Damian. How are you?
I'm very well, mate. I'm pumped for today. How are you doing?
Same here. Very, very excited about playing today. It was looking a little bit like it wasn't going to happen at one stage, but yeah, very thankful to be playing and having both our club finals on today.
Absolutely, mate. Well, there's already been a few junior sports cancelled around the traps, and of course, with the announcement of Auckland staying in Level 2, they've split the points between the Blues and the Crusaders this weekend. But if you go down State Highway 1 into Wellington and Horowhenua, we're still playing, mate. We're still playing. So what have we got to look forward to this weekend?
Yeah, so our junior rugby's all been cancelled.
Right.
So that got cancelled quite early on. Yesterday, I think, just because of the uncertainty around whether we were going to be in level 2, 1, 3, whatever was going to happen. So because junior rugby and secondary schools heavily reliant on parents and people who are going to have to be at the game, it just wasn't possible because of the restrictions around numbers. So, yeah, we made the call pretty early to cancel that juniors. In terms of our secondary schools play split. Some of them are in Wellington, some of them are in Manawatu. And so, yeah, we just fall under their guidelines. I know in Manawatu, all their secondary schools been cancelled for this week. And I want to say Wellington is going ahead with no spectators, I want to say. But,
yes.
Not 100 on that. But, so, and then obviously our senior club that's going ahead this weekend, really looking forward to the club finals today.
Absolutely, mate. Just to clarify on those college sport, looking at the email from David Fatafa, it says no spectators. So they are going ahead, but no spectators and no after matches. Everything is said no to.
That's cool, and they still get to play, so good on them.
Absolutely, mate. Well, should we talk about the Premier Reserve final first?
Yeah, so we've got Levin College Old Boys taking on Foxton. Foxton getting a big upset last weekend, obviously finishing fourth and beating top of the table Rahui and Otaki. Very tough to do, and so they definitely deserve their place in the final. Their third final in a row, I think.
Wow.
Maybe their premiers last year and their senior reserves the year before that. So they'll be looking to really take it to a big, strong, physical Levin College Old Boys pack. I think the game's going to be sort of won or lost in those forwards because I know College Old Boys they like to play physical. And so, if they can man up and dominate the set piece and that ruck, then I think they're going to be very hard to beat.
Absolutely. No, exciting game to look forward to indeed. And the big one, mate, there's yourselves and Rahui, and I need to know what happened in your game against Toa, mate. 27-26 must have been a thriller.
Yeah, it was, mate. And, we were up 27-9 at one stage we were up. And
so you did it hard.
Yeah, Toa just they threw everything at us in the second half. We defended for large periods of that second half inside our own 22 as well. And
wow.
Yeah, we were absolutely out on our feet. We were gone, but we were quite lucky to survive in the end. And we won by a point, and so scraped through.
Absolutely, mate. Well, you've booked your ticket to the big dance. So now let's talk about those previous matchups, and you can wear your Shannon top or you can wear your HK top, but I reckon we're in for an absolute thriller here at Live Domain today. Two teams that have played each other twice. Round 2, Shannon, Rahui obviously getting the wins, but 37-28 in round 2, 27-20 in round 6, and both teams going into the final leg are humming. So it's going to be fireworks, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so too, mate. We really pushed them both times we played them, and there was sort of little periods of the game where we switched off a bit on D, and they really capitalised. So we're going to have to be go in hard and be switched on in the game for the full 80. I know it's a little bit cliche, but like when we played them a couple of weeks ago, there was a 5-minute period before half time where we just switched off and they scored twice, and that was sort of the difference in the game. So I know it's cliche, but we've got to play for the full 80 minutes. We know how good they are. They're unbeaten for a reason, and so we've just got to be on our game. And we're going to be giving it everything. Our boys are pumped, even with no crowd. They're getting pretty excited. So yeah, like we don't play in too many finals throughout someone's career. Like myself, I think this will be my second Prem final. Nice. And a lot of our guys have only played in one or two. So our guys are up for it, and we're going to have to throw everything at them.
Absolutely, mate. Well, I only played one, and I still bang on about it. So I think you, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honour to bring club rugby to the viewers over the last year. One more game, I cannot wait. We're back where it all started 9 weeks ago, mate. Go well, enjoy. Oh, lastly, we need to. I'm sure there's things that people do need to do today. So you have mentioned that no spectators. So what is the rules around this afternoon? I know there's been time changes to allow people to leave and go and stuff. So what is the setup?
Yeah, so we're only having 100 people at the ground, and that includes players, management, match officials, game day operation staff. So that numbers, it gets up there pretty quickly when you include, say, 30 per team. Yep. So what that means is that we've had to bring the senior reserve final forward to 12 o'clock, and that allows the senior reserve game to be done, the presentations take place, the guys get changed and whatnot, and then head off site to shower. And then a bit of a period where everything needs to be cleaned, really, like the changing rooms, the door handles, the seats. So there's a fair bit of cleaning to do before the Premier teams even come in and start their prep, their strapping and their warm up, and then so the Premier game's going to be at 3:30, and it just means that with a decent gap in the middle, the Prems can't be on site until everything's cleaned after the senior reserves have left. So we're probably looking to finish that game, the Premier game, under lights, which is nothing new. I mean, a couple of years ago, the Rahui final finished when it was, I think it was a overcast day, and it was pretty dark by the time it got to full time. So it will be a bit later, but everyone's the good thing is that all the clubs and everyone's been on board with the changes. They've been fluid, and they've been. I think the main thing is that we're getting the game done, really, and we're getting the game played. In this climate where it was a bit uncertain, there was talk of postponing so that it can be played in front of crowds and that. But I think with the way these levels are heading, I know now we're at level 2 for a couple of weeks, but we didn't know that a few days ago. So. Yeah. The club's made that decision, and we've had to adjust timings and personnel accordingly.
Nice, man. Well, as I said before, mate, it's been an absolute honour to be a part of it this year. We're almost there. Go well, my friend. Enjoy the day and all the best to you out there.
Awesome. Cheers, Damian.